Okay, today we discuss how to construct a dynamic amortization table. So let's first review what we have done so far. We came up last time with an amortization table, okay, where the loan principal was 5 million, and then we had a 10% down payment. So what we can only borrow is 4.5 million. The term that we chose was 15 years, and we learned how to construct a data validation. Okay, this makes the choice easy. Okay, 20 years, and automatically it will get the value corresponding to 20 years here, and our model will change accordingly. Okay, so we want to construct a model so that if there are any changes in the givens, okay, then the values will change and automatically our model will change. Okay, so let me bring this back to 15 years. And 15 years, that means there are 180 months. And the monthly rate we used, the monthly rate is just the annual rate divided by the number of periods per year. It's 12 because this is monthly. And then we computed for the monthly amortization using the PMT function. Okay, so this is the annuity function. And 42,680, which is exactly the same as the one that we showed in our diagram here. Okay, exactly the same. So 42,680 to the nearest centavo. Okay, and then the total payment, which we obtained simply by multiplying the monthly amortization with the number of months, 180 months. So that's 7,682,444, okay, which is exactly the same as the one that we presented here. Here, 7,682,444. So the amount paid for the principal is 4.5 million, okay, which is the principal amount. And then the difference between the total payments and the principal is the interest payments. Okay, so this is the interest payments for this scheme, for this loan. Okay, now today we're going to build an extension of this model by considering some extra payments. But before we do that, I'd like us to create here another tool in Excel that will allow us to change the loan principal. Because if I want this to be 6 million, then I will have to change this. Okay, I have to put here 6 million. Okay, and then automatically this changes. Okay, but I don't want that. What I want is to have a tool here so that if I click this loan principal will change from a value to another value. So let's make use of the loan principal. Let's use a minimum amount. Okay, let's assume that Pag-ibig will loan a minimum of 1 million and then a maximum of, okay, I know that the maximum is 6 million. So let's put 6 million here. 6, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, okay, 6 million. Let's just format this. Okay, and the minimum, let's assume that the minimum is 1 million. Okay, so I want class that are this would change from either 1 million up to 6 million, and we can increment it. So let's put here an increment. Okay, we don't want to increment by 1. Okay, we don't want 1 million 1, 1 million 2 up to 6 million. Rather, let's let it let's let the increment be 200,000. Okay. So what will happen if we have this? So it means that our loan principal could change from 1 million up to 6 million by increments of 200,000. So if I click this cell, suppose this is 1 million, okay? Suppose this is 1 million, okay? And then if I click this cell, this will become 1.2 million, and then 1.4 million, 1.6 million, 1.8, etc. The increments will be 200,000. Of course, you can make it another figure, but for our purposes, for our discussion today, let's just make it 200,000. We can make it 500,000. We can make it even 1 million, so that the increments will be just by the millions. Okay. All right. So what we need to do, guys, is to come up with what we call spinner buttons or spin buttons. Spinners, okay, or spin buttons. Okay. Now let me ask you guys, do you know how to create spinner buttons or spin buttons in Excel? Because if you do, guys, then I'll skip this discussion. Okay, but if not, and if you want to know how to create spinner buttons are just buttons where when you click it, then this, as I stated a while ago, we want these values to change, this loan principal to change from 1 million to 6 million increments of 200,000. Okay, why 6 million? Because pag-ibig allows a borrower to borrow up to 6 million. So that's the maximum. I'm just not sure about the minimum, but let's just peg it at 1 million. Okay. So are you familiar with how to construct spinner buttons or spin buttons? Okay. No? Okay. Thank you so much. I hope I get the response of everyone. Now, would you want to learn this, guys? Because if not, just yes, type yes if you want to learn this. Okay. I wish I have the response of everyone, guys. Kasi kung hindi, then we will leave that as is. Okay, so thank you for the response. Okay, so let's do this, guys. Spinner buttons, spin buttons. Okay, then, okay, yes. Now, first of all, guys, in order to create a spin button, we need to have access to the developer tab. So if I click developer here, okay, let me click developer, and then here, insert. Okay, here are form controls. Okay, and the spinner button is this one, spin button. So you have to have this developer tab. Okay, so please chat yes or no if you have the developer tab available in your Excel. Yes or no, please. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, the rest, guys. Okay, good. No. Okay, sige. Let me teach you guys how to install the developer tab. Okay, una muna, guys, for Mac muna, no? Sa Mac, guys, you'll have to click yung Excel dito. Excel. Let me write that. Okay. Any Mac users, by the way, so kung wala naman, hindi ko na i-explain yan. May Mac users ba tayo? Kindly press chat. Yes, guys, a chat box. Because if there are no Mac users here, then I won't go to the explanation. Okay, thank you, Harold. Thank you, Tracy. Okay, thank you, Charles. Okay, for the Mac users, go to your Excel button. Excel, and then preferences. Okay, Excel, then preferences. Okay, hindi ko nakabisado. What can you find there? Anyone, please? Kasi kailangan natin mapunta makita ang developer tab. Sandali, ha? Okay, Charles, may I request you to show your screen? Okay lang ba? Para hanapin natin yung ano.
Sir, I'm not using my laptop for Zoom.
Okay. Sige, Tracy.
Sige po, sir.
Sige, Tracy, ano kita, gawin kitang co-host muna, ha? Asan yung... Can you unmute yourself, Tracy, please?
Yes po.
Sige, thank you. Okay, I'll make you co-host. Okay. Okay, and then I'll pause my share. Okay. And then could you kindly share your screen, Tracy? So this is for Mac users. Let's discuss first the Mac users, and then we go to the Windows users. Stop share muna ako. Sige. Tracy, kindly share your screen, please. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Tracy. And then, so preferences na yan, ano? And then go to there, ribbon and toolbar. Sa authoring, you can see ribbon and toolbar. Yan. Open that. Okay, and then you can find here, on the right side, you can see there the main tabs, di ba? Okay, there. Sa main tabs, kita mo developer below, yan. Click mo siya yung developer. Click mo, click that. Okay,
Sir, hindi po siya ma-click po.
Ba't kaya naka-grayed out, no? Okay, kasi you have to click that, and then once you click that, then i-okay mo siya, no? I don't know why. It's only available if you have Office 365 subscription. Okay, nag-ano ka ba? Nag-request ka sa ano sa kasi sa pwede mong i-request yan sa ano sa university, no? So go to ITS, no? Okay, Tracy, you can do that.
Sige po.
You can do that ano outside this class, no? So that you can have access to the developer tab. In the meantime, anyway, recorded naman to, no? So you can just follow along muna, no?
Sige po, sir.
Okay, sige, thank you. So
Thank you, sir.
for the Mac users, you have to do that, no? Tracy, could you kindly go back? Back dun sa arrow. Hindi, dun sa yan. Tapos ano siya, authoring, ano? Okay, authoring and ribbon and toolbar. Okay, thank you, Tracy. Sige, mag-share na ako ng screen, ha? Authoring, ribbon and toolbar. Okay, so lagay ko lang dito para next time alam ko. Authoring and then ribbon and toolbar. Okay, so this is how you do it for Mac. Okay, now for Windows, guys. So this is, let me just write it for Mac users. Okay. Now for Windows, you just go anywhere in your ribbon here. You can click this. Right-click natin. You can right-click this, or you can right-click anywhere. So paki-right-click anywhere nga, guys, and then click this, customize the ribbon. So we're going to change the ribbons. Ito kasing ribbons natin, ano? Customize the ribbon. And then you will see what Tracy saw a while ago. Yes, ano yung customize the ribbon natin. Okay, let me go back. Oops. Collapse pala yung na-click ko. Customize the ribbon, guys. Okay, there. Okay, so customize the ribbon. Then you can see here, customize ribbon, no? Sa main tabs. Ito yung mga main tabs natin. Yan. Home, andyan dyan yung home, di ba? Insert. Naka-default click yan. Tapos yung developer, guys, hindi naka-click yan. So please click developer. Okay, click developer and then okay. Okay, once you click it, guys, lalabas na si developer natin. Okay, kindly chat, guys, if you were able to access the developer tab. Paki-chat naman, please. Yes, kung meron na kayong developer tab. Waiting for the rest, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself, raise your hand. Okay, thank you. How about the rest, guys? Okay, iba, meron na ba? May developer tab na sila na-access? Okay, wala. 5 pa lang, 6 pa lang yata yung nag-chat na yes. May I know, guys, the rest, if you have already access to the developer tab? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Lorenzo. Okay, Yeah, I really appreciate questions like that, no? So salamat, Lorenzo, for that question. So let me repeat the process. So Lorenzo, you're using Windows, no? Okay, sige. So go anywhere around in this area, these ribbons natin. Okay, click anywhere here. Pwede dito sa mga tabs na to mismo or here sa ribbons natin. Right click and then customize the ribbon. Yan. So customize the ribbon. Okay, ito yung mga main tabs natin, no? These are the main tabs: home, insert, page layout, formulas, etc. Now, the default is that developer tab is not clicked, kaya hindi nag-a-appear sa inyo. So click the developer tab, okay, and then click OK. Okay, and then you have now the developer tab here. Okay, Lorenzo, okay na? Okay, thank you. Any other questions, guys? Okay, no more questions. Then let's click the developer tab. So yung developer tab, guys, merong code, add-ins, controls, XML. Okay, so this is used to code in Excel. Okay, maraming features na there are many features in Excel that we can use in order to tailor fit it. This is mostly used for in companies that make heavy use of Excel, and then they do some programming in Excel so that it will facilitate their use of Excel. So ito, yung software, guys, na ginagamit is the program is Visual Basic for Applications, VBA for Excel. So you can create programs here in Excel. Okay, but that's not our intention for today. So meron ditong code, no? Code, you can record macros or codes. Then may add-ins tayo, controls, and then XML. Okay? Now, ang gagamitin natin yung controls, and then insert, click insert. Okay, so there are two types of controls: form controls and ActiveX controls. Okay, ActiveX controls are more powerful than form controls. However, si ActiveX, guys, kailangan ng macro, no? Kailangan natin mag-coding dito. So ang gagamitin lang natin for our purposes, kasi okay naman para sa atin to, are the basic form controls. So iba't ibang klase yan. The first one is your button. Second one is your okay, may pangalan siya bawat isa. Okay, I'm hovering around it. And sometimes ang hirap ipakita yung name. Okay. This is checkbox, no? Ano nga pala ito? Can't see the name. Anyway, so this is our spin control. Ito, guys. Ito yung gagamitin natin, yung spinner. Okay, as I said, different types of form controls, and it helps facilitate the cell that you'd like to link it to. So let's click this, guys, itong spin button natin. Click natin. Okay, so once you have clicked it, yung spin button, you'll notice that when you go to your spreadsheet, it will you will have this crosshair, itong plus sign na to, no? Okay, and then mag-left click tayo ng mouse and then just drag. And there's your spin button. Okay? So you can move this anywhere in your spreadsheet. Okay, pause muna ako, guys. Do you now have your spin button? May I have your response, guys? Kung yes or no. If you want me to repeat the process. Okay. Thank you so much for responding. I hope I have most of you, if not all of you, responding to that query. Okay, let's wait for the others to signify, to register their response kung meron na silang spin button. Okay, I'm waiting for the rest, guys. Only 6 have responded. So let's wait for your classmates to key in their answers. If you have any questions, guys, feel free to unmute yourself or chat. Raise your hand. Okay, yes, thank you. Okay, So assume guys you have this spinner button. Anong ginagawa nitong spin button na to? So ang gagawin natin dito guys, ito yung pag-increase ng value ng loan principal natin. Ito yung pag-decrease. Okay, so we use the spin button in order to increase, gusto natin di ba mag-increase yung loan principal natin from 1 million up to 6 million. Okay, but let's first open this. Open muna natin yung form control natin. Okay, so right click and then form control and then this is what appears. Okay, ulitin ko let me just put this here. Right click, form control. Okay, so the default guys is minimum value of 0, maximum of 30,000, incremental change is 1. Okay, so we need to understand this. First guys, we have to link our form control. Kasi kung hindi nakalink yan, hindi natin makikita yung result. So let's do this. Let's just link it to here, E6. So this one, we click this one and link it to E6. Okay? Now let's see what happens, guys. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Ibig sabihin nito, guys, itong cell na to, the values can be from 0 up to 30,000. And then we can increment it by 1. Ibig sabihin, pag nag-click up tayo, mag-i-increase ng 1 yan. Hanggang umabot ng 30,000. Pag mag-click down tayo, ibig sabihin, it will decrease by 1. Yun ang incremental change natin. Currently, yun yung current value, 0 laman yan. No? Kasi walang value. So, okay? All right. So let me now go outside the formatting. Okay, and then click. So you notice guys, nagawa 1 siya, di ba? 1, 2. Yan. Okay? Hanggang ano yan guys? Hanggang 30,000. Okay, that's the maximum 30,000. Okay? So mauubusan tayo ng oras guys if we try this. So let's modify this a bit. Format control. So kita nyo ngayon ang current value niya 50, di ba? So ganun pa rin, minimum of 0, maximum of 30. Okay, you can modify this guys. You can modify yung minimum value. Pwede siyang kunyari 1,000, tapos itong 30,000 pwede siyang ibaba. But you cannot go lower than 0, hindi pwede negative. Tapos you cannot go higher than 30,000. Ito yung maximum value. Okay? So let's make the incremental change as, gawin natin kunyari 5,000. 5,000. Okay, so what do we see? Click OK. Okay, go outside the formatting. Okay. Okay, balik muna natin sa 0, 0. And then if we click this, di ba, nag-i-increment siya ng 5,000. 5,000, another 5,000 increment, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then it will not increase anymore. Okay, kasi hanggang 30,000 lang siya. Okay, hanggang 30,000 lang. Okay, and then a minimum 0. Okay, so let's format this, format control. Why don't we change this to, let's make it 50,000, yung maximum value. So, tingnan natin ha. Okay. Okay, it does not accept it guys. Sabi, scroll value must be between 0 and 30,000. Okay, so it means guys that you can change this. Okay, this one, you can change it to any number basta hindi lalampas ng 30,000. This one also, you can increase it to a minimum value of 0. And you can increase this. Kunyari minimum is 10,000. This can be done. No? Minimum of 10,000, maximum of 30,000. Increments of 5,000. Let's do that. Okay. So click natin. 15, 20, 25, 30. Hindi na tataas. And then hanggang 10,000 na lang. Okay. So that's what we can do with a spin button. Okay. Now, ang question. Paano natin i-apply dito yan? Diba? Kasi, ang pwede lang ng spin button natin, pwede lang from 0 to 30,000. Eh, ito ang gusto natin, 1 million, then 1,200,000, etc. Now, we will do a technique about that. No? So, ang technique natin, okay, i-convert natin guys yung increments natin into minimum and maximum. Diba? Ang gusto natin na minimum 1,000. Ang maximum natin 1 million, tapos ang maximum 6 million. And then we want the cell to increment by 200,000. Okay, so what we can do guys is we can convert guys yung 1 million Ilang bang 200,000 yan? So that's what we can do now. 1 million divided by 200,000. Then let's fix the 200,000. 5. Okay, and then 30. Okay, so what does this mean? It means that yung 1 million, guys, okay, it consists of 200,000. Okay, yung 6 million naman, it consists of 30 na 200,000. Okay, so now, itong minimum and maximum na to na 5 at saka 30, we can now use this, di ba? We can now use this dun sa minimum and maximum ng spinner. Kaso nga lang, we have to multiply it by 200,000, di ba? Kasi 5 times 200, that gives us the minimum of 1 million. 30 times 200, that gives us the maximum of 600,000. So the trick is to set this 5 and 30 as your minimum and maximum, and then multiply it by 200,000 to generate numbers between 1 million up to 6 million, and then incrementing by 200,000. So let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. Okay. So let me repeat, guys. No, we want the spin button to generate the numbers 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hanggang 30. No? Kasi ang mangyayari, from 5, if you multiply it by 200,000, you get 1 million. And then if you add 1 here, okay, so we'll increment it by 1. So 5 plus 1, that's 6. 6 times 200,000, that's 1.2 million. So that's what we want, diba? 1 million, 1.2 million, okay, etc. Okay, 1 million, 1.2 hanggang 6 million. Okay, and how do we generate 6 million? 30 times 200,000. So can we input this, guys, sa spin button natin? Yes. Diba, ang spin button natin, ang minimum value is 0. Ito 5 eh. So okay to. Tapos ang maximum value na 30,000. Ito 30 lang to eh. Diba? So pwede. Okay, so let's do that now. Let's now format. Format natin to, guys. No? Purong ko dito. I'm going to format this, format control. And then I want, okay, tanggalin ko muna tong ano. Gawin ko 0 muna. I want the minimum value to be 5. If a 5 ko siya. And the maximum value to be 30. And then our increment should be 30 in 1. No? Okay. So increments of 1, 5, 6, 7, 8 hanggang 30. And then link natin dito sa e-section. Dito pa rin yung ano natin. Nakalink siya dito. And then let's press OK. Okay. Now, if you take a look at the values that we're now creating, ayan, di ba? If I increase natin, hanggang 30 na lang siya. No? Decrease ko, hanggang 5 siya. Okay? So we have done, guys, we have done yung gusto natin. Okay? Now, what's left now is for us to create a cell here. Okay, yung cell natin ngayon, okay, let's do this, no? Ito bigyan natin ng name, guys. Let's give this a name. I'm going to call this increment. So increment 1. Okay, so that's increment 1. Okay, my name na siya increment 1, and I'm going to use that name. Okay, so dito, guys, this will be equal to, I'm going to multiply 5. Okay. How do I get 1 million here, guys? Ililink ko siya sa 5. Tapos, what do I do, guys? Any suggestion? How do I get 1 million? Kasi gusto natin minimum 1 million. Eh. Anyone, please? 5 times what, guys? We just did that a while ago.
200,000.
Yes, we multiplied by 200,000. Thank you. Okay, so that's E6 multiplied by, di ba binigyan natin ng pangalan ng increment? Yan. We can use that increment 1. So we're multiplying now 5 by 200,000. Enter. What do you get? 1 million. So when I click this, guys, on spin button natin, magiging 6 to, magiging 1.2 million to. Di ba? Yan. Click ko ng click, yan. Yung spin button natin hanggang 6 million na lang yan. Yan. Okay? So it cannot go higher than 6 million. And then it cannot go lower than 1 million. Okay, so we have conveniently used this tool, this form control in Excel in order to control what can be found here. Okay, so what we can do is, okay, let me just, we can move this. Move na lang natin dito. Para takpan na lang natin yung E6 yan. There. Okay, so we now have a cell. Gusto natin lakihan pa ng konti. Ayan, okay? So hindi kita yung ano, no? Hindi kita yung kung saan siya nakalink, no? Okay, so we can now use the spinner button, the spinner, in order to generate values from 6 million hanggang 1 million lang. Of course, guys, of course, kung gusto nyo, ayoko ng 200,000, 500,000 na lang. So you can do that, no? Gawin natin tong 500,000, increments of 500,000, but you have to change, guys, your minimum to 2 and your maximum to 12. Okay? So kailangan i-format natin yung format control natin, minimum of 2, maximum of 12, if you want increments of 500,000. So let's do that as a practice. So once again, format control, ito gagawin natin minimum of 2, maximum of 12. There. Okay? If I press OK, all right. Tingnan natin, ha? So minimum 1,000 pa rin siya, no? Pero ang increments natin ngayon, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5. Okay, it's now increments of 500,000. Okay, is that clear, guys? Okay, pause muna ako, no? Pause muna ako. Okay, so let's just use that, yung increments ng 500,000. Okay, kindly chat, guys, if okay tayo sa ano, so far sa spin control natin dito, sa spin button natin. Waiting for the response of others. Thank you, Migs. Charmaine, thank you. Okay, if you have any questions, guys, please feel free. Don't be ashamed to ask questions. Okay, let me just wait for the responses of a few more students. Please feel free to ask questions. Okay, thank you. All right, very good. So although nakakalahati lang tayo, no, but I hope the others are following along. Okay. Of course, guys, you can do this for percentage down payment. So let's suppose we want it to range from, let's say, 5% up to 30% increments of 5%. Okay, so we can just follow this pattern. Okay, so let me copy this, Control C, Control V. Okay, so the minimum we want is 5%, the maximum is 30%, and we want it incremented by, let's say, 5%. Okay, so we can just copy this, copy the formula here. Oops, wrong. Okay, so we have to change this to S13. And then let's convert this into number. Okay, so how do we now create our spinner button? Okay, minimum natin, guys, 1, maximum is 6. Okay, pero ililink natin siya 5%, di ba? Yung increment. Let's call this increment 2. Tawagin natin to increment 2. Okay, so this one is also an increment 2 ang pangalan niya. Highlight ko lang siya. Okay, this is our increment 2. This was our increment 1. Okay, so yung spinner natin, guys, okay, we will range it from minimum of 1, maximum of 6. So how do we do that? We can actually copy this. No? Right-click nyo, copy, and then labas tayo, Control V. Okay, so Control C, Control V lang yun. And let me put it here. And dito. No? But this spin button, guys, is connected to this one. Kasi kinapi lang natin yan. No? So, ang magbabago siya, ito yung magbabago, no? Yung loan principal. Kasi this is just copied. Kinapi lang natin to. No? So, if you take a look at the form control, nakalink pa rin siya sa E6. Ganun pa rin yung parameters. No? Okay, so why don't we modify this? Okay, we'd like to create a spin button for our down payment. So, i-link natin to sa E7, katabi niya. No? So, I'm going to link it to E7. And then, ano yung minimum natin? 1. Ang maximum natin is 6, di ba? 1 to 6. Okay. All right. So, if I click this, okay, nasa likod yun, guys. No? Hindi natin nakikita kasi. But if I remove this, let me reposition this first. Yan. Ito siya, no? Yan. So, meron na tayong spinner dito, okay, from 1 to 6. So what's left, guys, is what's left is for us to link it to the cell where we want values to change dito. So delete natin to is equal to, so it will be E7, okay, E7 multiply that by increment number 2 there. Okay, control enter there. So if we click this, yeah, nag-range na yung ano natin, yung down payment from 5%, increments of 5% to 30%. Okay, so pause for a while, guys. Paki-chat, guys, kung if you were able to create a spin button for loan principal and percentage down payment. Okay, so let's wait for your classmates, guys. Okay, thank you. Pero yung iba hindi pa nag-chat. I'm going to give them a few minutes to be able to create the spin button. Okay, and if you have any questions, guys, feel free. So just take note of this, what we did, no? Madali kung ganitong ano, guys. It's important for us to determine muna ito. Ano yung minimum ba natin, ano yung maximum, and then ano yung increments natin. And then generate the values of your spin button, the minimum, the maximum. Okay. All right, good. So thank you so much. Okay, so let's now go back, guys, to our amortization. Let's retain our original value of 5 million and then 10% yung so that it's the same as our original problem. Okay. Now, notice, guys, that for 15 years, the rate is 7.875%, monthly rate of 6.563% something. We need to pay 42,680.24. Because if we make this 10 years, let's make it 10 years. Okay. So 10 years, guys, ilagay nga pala natin yung interest dito, no? So interest, let's put here interest payment. So our interest payment here will be equal to the total payment minus the principal. Okay. So ibalik natin sa 15 years kanina. 15 years. Okay, pag 15 years, guys, di ba, ang ano natin, ang interest payment is 3182. Okay. If we pay in 10 years time, 10 years, interest will only be 1.83. Malaki yung difference, no? Pero guys, yung monthly amortization natin is 52,000. Okay? And you will be able to repay it in 10 years. That's 120 months. Okay, suppose we're just, kasi ang pwede lang 10 years, 15 years, ano? Suppose gusto sana natin mas mabilis. Kaso we don't have this funds, ito yung monthly na babayaran natin. Okay, suppose ang kaya natin is 15 years. And then may extra pa tayo, kaso we will not be able to cover. Mas maganda sana kung 10 years lang, kaso hindi natin kaya yung 52,000 na monthly amortization. So what we can do is 15 years, okay? Tapos maglagay lang tayo ng extra. Yung extra amount na yun, yung kaya natin idagdag dun sa amortization natin, no? Okay, so let's do this. Okay. So let's assume that kunyari magdadagdag tayo ng 1,000 every month, no? So let's assume that we will add 1,000 every month. Okay, so what will now be our total payment per period? So it's the monthly amortization plus the additional na ano. Lagyan na natin sum. Monthly amortization ng 42,680 at saka yung additional na extra payment. Okay. Now, the difference between now why do we do this? We do this so that mas bababa yung interest at saka mas bibilis yung payment natin. Hindi na 15 years. Bababa na to kasi nagdadagdag tayo eh. Now, what's important to note is that when you do this, you should not pay in the payment centers. No? Kunyari, di ba may bayad center, merong, I don't know kung sa 7-Eleven they accept, or other outlets where you can pay pag-ibig funds. No? When you have this extra payment, you should pay dun sa main office. Okay? Kasi if you just pay this in the bayad centers, then it will not be treated as a principal payment. Okay? Hindi siya iti-treat as a principal payment. Regular payment lang siya. So you'll not be able to reduce, no? Hindi mare-reduce yung interest payments natin. Okay? So what we do here is that we pay this dun sa main office mismo ng pag-ibig. Okay? And then tell them that you're adding this to reduce the principal. So now, what will now happen to the total periods to retire the loan? Ilang months na? So let's compute for that. Let's use the NPER function. NPER. Okay, ang rate natin is this one, the monthly rate, comma. PMT natin is ito na. Ito na yung PMT natin. Okay, or you can put this as a negative kasi ito yung babayaran natin. Okay, and then comma. Present value natin, 4.5. Positive kasi ito yung inutang natin, inflow to. Okay, or you can reverse it, doesn't matter guys. For as long as dapat may isang outflow, may isang inflow. Future value, none. Okay, type is 0 because this is annuity ordinary. Okay, or as we learned before, you can just ignore. So hanggang D8 pwede na yun. No? Okay, so let's answer this. Okay, let me give you a few seconds to copy the formula. Okay. All right. So what happened, guys? Instead of 180 months, 172 na lang. 172 months na lang yung ano natin, yung payment number of months natin to cover or to pay our principal 4.5 million. So ilang years na lang yan? Number of years to pay will be 172 months divided by 12. Okay? So that means instead of 15 years, around 14.36 years na lang. Okay, and then total payment with extra. Okay, so magkano bali yung ibabayad natin lahat? So 43,680, multiply that by the number of months that we're going to pay that. Okay, so 7.53 million na lang versus 7.68 million. Okay, so when we add, anong nangyayari guys, binabawasan yung principal natin, yung 1,000 ibabawas sa principal. And when that happens, lumiliit yung month and principal. Pag lumiit yung month and principal, liliit yung interest natin. Okay? So what's our savings? Our savings is the difference between kung no extra minus with extra. Okay? So ito yung masasave natin, guys. 154,817 if we pay extra 1,000 for the next months. Okay? Of course, guys, sabi ko nga kanina, kung kaya nyo naman yung 10 years, then might as well make it 10 years kasi talagang mas maliit yung interest. No? The lower, guys, the lower the term, the shorter will be the interest, the lower will be the interest. Pero, yun nga lang, lalaki monthly amortization. So in this case, sabi natin kanina, yung monthly amortization ng 10 years is 52,000. So assuming na hindi natin kaya yon, we opt for 15 years and then mag-extra payment na lang tayo. So that's a good strategy. No? Okay, so our total interest payments will be how much was paid minus magkano yung principal natin. Okay. So ito guys, ang interest payment natin, 3.02 million na lang. Dito, 3.18. Okay, nakasave na tayo ng 154. And in fact, if we increase this, kunyari, ginawa natin 5,000 to. 5,000 yung idadagdag natin per month. Okay, what happened? Okay, we will be able to pay back in 147 months vis-a-vis 180. Diba? So yung 15 years, naging 12 and a half years na lang. Okay, ang total payment natin is instead of 7.68, naging 7.64, 04 pala, a savings of 641,000. Yung interest natin, kung walang extra payment, 3.18, ito 2.54 na lang. So it makes sense, guys. Later on, guys, when you're working, baka maglo-loan kayo sa pag-ibig, no? Housing loan. Okay? So think about that, guys. You can, of course, you can create your own amortization table and you can plan. You can plan kung magbabayad tayo ng mag-extra payment tayo and see the effect, guys. See the effect. Okay? Di ba kanina 10,000 yung difference ng 10 years at saka 15 years? Kung gawin natin itong 10,000 kaya. Okay? 10,000 yung extra payment. Take note guys na kanina 1.8 yung interest dun sa 10 years. So mas maganda pa rin talaga na na yung 10 years kasi guys, pag 10 years, mas mababa yung yung rate, no? Ito kasi 15 years, so kahit na nag-extra payment tayo, if you're comparing the 10-year and the 15-year, mas maganda guys yung 10-year kasi mas mababa yung rate niya. In fact, kung kaya ng 5 years, mas maganda rin yan. Okay. So, balik natin to sa 1,000. Okay, sabihin natin yun ang kaya natin. At least nakasave tayo ng 154,817. Okay. Any questions guys? Any questions? Paki-chat naman please kung okay pa so far, kung naintindihan yung what it means to have extra payment. Kindly chat, please. Clear ba so far? Paki-chat na lang kung yes, kung clear. Waiting for more responses, guys. Unless you have any questions. Ano po yung formula of number of years to pay? Thank you, Migs. Okay. So may question dito si Migs. Ano yung formula number of years to pay? Number of years to pay, okay, ano lang? Okay. Ilang months? Ito yung months natin, divided by 12. Okay. So you just divide the number of months by 12. So that's the number of years to pay. So, yung 14.36 natin, okay, ang original, kung walang extra payment, 15 years yan. Pero ngayon, since may extra payment tayo, naging 14.36. Pa-repeat din po ng formulang interest payment and total payment. Okay, sige. Total payment with extra, no? Okay, so ito muna guys, nag-extra payment tayo. So, in fact guys, pwede kayong gumawa ng spin bottom dito, no? Depende, kunyari 500, increments of 500, 500, 1,000, 1,500, etc. Okay, you can do that on your own already. So ang total payment natin guys is simply yung monthly amortization plus the extra payment. Ito, idadagdag kasi natin to. Okay, and then Okay, total periods natin to pay, we use the NPER function. So this is the rate, okay, 0.6563. The PV is, the PMT natin, 43,680 na, hindi yung 42,680. Kasi may dinagdag tayo, no? And then the PV is your 4.5 million, okay? Annuity ordinary, kaya zero sa dulo. Okay, then interest payments dito, interest is simply magkano yung total na binayaran. Paano kinuha yung total payments, guys? Simply, magkano yung monthly amortization times the number of months. Okay. Tapos, ang savings natin is just the difference between magkano yung total na babayaran natin kung may extra payment minus kung walang extra payment. So, ito yung masisave natin. Kasi nag-extra payment tayo ng 1,000. Of course, lalaki yan guys kung if we increase the extra payment. Tignan nyo ha. Ngayon, kung 1,000, ang savings natin 154,000. Pag 2,000 yung binayad natin, ang savings natin 294. So almost double. Okay? So lumalaki yung lumalaki yung savings natin. Okay? Pag lumalaki yung yung extra payment natin. Kung 3,000 to, okay? So savings natin 420. Okay, 420,000. In fact, if this was 10,000 every month, okay, savings natin 1.06 million. Ito yung savings. So the greater the extra payment, the greater will be the savings. Yung savings, guys, kino-compare natin kung walang extra payment. Yun ang ginagawa natin. Okay? Any other questions, guys? Clear na ba? Feedback, please, guys. I appreciate your feedback. Kung clear tayo so far, okay, sana dumami at saka mas mabilis guys yung feedback natin para mas makakover natin ibang topics natin. Okay, so a few more guys. Paki-chat naman please kung clear tayo so far. I hope nakuha niyo yung natin, yung pag-spin buttons natin, how convenient it is. Instead of just typing the number, di ba? Mas convenient. Okay? Okay, thank you. Salamat guys sa feedback. Okay, wala na yatang questions dito. Charmaine, did I answer your question? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Charmaine. All right, so let's proceed, guys. Okay, gagawa na tayo ngayon ng amortization table natin. Lagyan mo natin dito 0, guys. No? Ibalik natin. So ito walang extra payment, so pareho lang siya, di ba? No savings. 15 years pa rin, total payment. It's because no savings tayo. Okay, so it's exactly the same as this scheme. All right. So let's first, guys, di ba 180 months tayo, no? 180 months. So set natin 1. Okay, anong ko lang guys, i-format ko na. Times New Roman, gawin natin 16. Center natin. Okay. Tapos yung pera natin. Okay, mamaya na. Alright. So for month 1 guys, ang beginning balance natin will be 4.5 million. Diyan tayo magsisimula. 4.5 million muna. Okay, ang payment natin, how much are we going to pay? Ito, no? This one. For the first row, wala tayong kailangan i-fix. Okay, kasi hindi natin makakopy yung iba dito. So we will just start fixing in month 2. Okay. By the way, guys, since 180 months to, no? Di ba? Pwede natin i-fill na para mas mabilis. Fill. From month 1, fill natin series. Okay, in columns. Okay. Step value 1 hanggang 180. Okay, you know how to do this already, guys? Okay, so there. Hanggang 180 na to, no? Mas mabilis siya. Okay, yung fill series natin. Okay, so going back to our amortization schedule, extra payment natin, guys, will be linked here. So kung lagyan natin ng value yan, lagyan natin ng value dito, automatically kukunin dito yan. So what will be our interest payments? Our interest will be based on your beginning balance. So magkano man yung beginning balance natin, multiply that by the interest factor. Okay, and then I won't fix that muna guys kasi hindi pa naman natin ikakopy yan. So let me just copy the format. Okay, para may comma na siya. So how much will be our principal? What will be the payment to the principal? So sa principal guys, ang mangyayari, sa sum up natin, we're going to sum, okay, yung total payment natin plus the extra payment. Sum natin yan minus interest. Okay? So sa first month natin, ang laki ng mapupunta sa interest muna, ang liit na mababaw sa principal. So 13,000 lang yung mababaw sa principal unless mag-extra payment tayo. Kung mag-extra payment tayo, guys, kunyari 2,000 dito. Okay, what happened guys? Tingnan nyo, nadadagdag siya sa principal. Ibig sabihin, mas malaki yung ibabawa sa principal kaysa kung wala tayong extra payment. See the difference? Okay? Therefore, our month-end principal will simply be magkano yung beginning balance natin minus yung magkano yung principal payment natin. Okay? So sa next month, ito na yung magiging basis ng ng interest natin. Okay? So kung mas nabawasan to, mas maganda kasi mas maliit yung interest payment. Okay? So let me just backtrack a bit. Gawin ko ulit 0 yan. Okay? Okay, wala pang extra payment tayo. Okay, pause muna ako guys. Any questions so far? Any questions? Okay, thank you. All right, good. Okay, napunta na tayo dito sa month 2. Ang gusto natin yung from month 2 hanggang pababa, ikakopy natin yung formula. Okay, yung una hindi kasi hindi naman natin pwedeng i-copy yung beginning balance. Okay, so for month 2, what will be the beginning balance? The beginning balance will be equal to the previous one. Okay? Yan, di ba? Tapos how much will be our payment? Our payment will be equal to yung monthly amortization. Okay? And then we have to fix this. Okay, fix the row, yung D14 kasi iba ka-copy down natin to eh. Okay, we're going to copy it down so that and then anyway, we're copying along row D, so hindi natin kailangan i-fix si row D. Okay, how about extra payment? Extra payment will once again be linked to this one. So that will be our extra payment and then fix. Okay, control enter. And then how about interest? Interest will be equal to, paano interest natin? It will be equal to the beginning balance multiplied by our monthly interest rate. Fix the monthly interest rate. There. Okay. So our principal payment, guys, okay, copy natin yung format. Format painter, copy natin. Okay. So our interest, so our principal payment will be equal to, i-sum up again natin, sum natin si payment at saka si extra payment, then minus natin si interest. There. Okay. And then our month-end principal will be equal to the beginning balance minus the principal payment. Okay, let me pause for a while, guys. Okay. Again, may I have your feedback, guys? Clear so far? If it's clear so far, kindly chat, please. Yes, and then let's wait for your classmates so that they're also able to do the model. Okay. Okay, how about the rest, guys? Okay, thank you. Okay. All right. So I hope guys you have the formulas. Okay. Now we can copy this now. Ito na lang, nakakopy na lang natin ito. No? Not the month kasi may mga inputs na sa month. So let's copy this down. Yeah, actually, you can double click it. Yan, 180. Okay, there you go. Okay, so what happened to our model? So ang model natin guys, no extra payment to, no? So every month we're paying 42,680. So sa last month guys, okay, na-cover na natin yung principal, so zero balance na. Okay, good. Okay, so kindly please chat if you were able to get this. At the end of the month 180, okay na yung model natin, no? Okay, kindly chat guys if you were able to get that. Okay, how about the rest, guys? Okay. Yung iba, guys, dalawa pa lang yung nag-chat. I have also the response of the other students. Okay, thank you. Although I didn't see the response of the others, no? Okay, so okay yung model natin, ano? Kasi kung titingnan natin guys, hanggang 180 months. Okay, tapos nag-close yung ano natin, yung yung principal natin. Zero na yung balance. No? Okay, now what if we do some, lagyan natin extra payment, no? Sabihin natin 3,000. 3,000 yung extra payment natin. So dapat matapos siya ng 1 month 159, no? 159. Okay? If we take a look at our model, okay, pagdating sa 159 guys, okay, ito yung 159. Okay, nag-negative na siya dito, ibig sabihin excess na tayo, no? Pero tuloy-tuloy pa rin siya. No? Oh, why? Bakit hanggang 180 pa rin siya? Kasi kinapi natin yung formula hanggang 180. Okay, so we don't want that kasi hindi dynamic yung model natin. Gusto natin, kunyari kung hanggang up to 1 month, 160 lang siya, dapat tumigil na dito, dapat wala na to. So dapat hindi na papasok yung 161 up to 180. We want the model to stop up to the month na dapat tumigil siya. Whatever that month is. And this, pag 3,000 kasi extra payment natin, dapat month 159, dapat tapos na siya. 158.97 kasi. Okay? So, ang problema guys, yung formula natin, static to. This is not dynamic. Kasi kinapi natin yung formula natin hanggang sa dulo eh. Okay, of course, natural, pag binago natin yan, itutuloy lang ni Excel yung formula. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, we will have to modify our model para, guys, okay, so dapat, ito dapat hanggang 160 lang eh. Okay, 160 lang dapat, no? Sinama pa niya yung, okay, in fact, dapat 159 lang something. Kasi dito nag-ano na siya, nag-negative. Kasi nagka-problema tayo dito, kasi ang balance lang natin 43,857. Tapos nag-ano pa tayo, extra payment pa tayo na 3,000, di ba? So sobra-sobra yung binayad natin. Right? Ang pambabayad natin sa principal 45,392. Eh ang balance ng principal na lang natin 43,857. So medyo kulang yung model natin. We want our model in such a way that depende kung ano na lang yung principal balance natin, dapat sufficient na to. Kung hindi na, kung dapat wag na magbayad ng extra payment, dapat wag na. No? Kasi bakit ka mag-extra payment kung, okay, kunyari, 42,680, Ito 43,857. So, hindi pa sufficient. Ano? Dapat, ang extra payment lang natin dapat yung difference nitong dalawa. Dito nag 3,000 pa tayo. So, this is not a good model. Okay, blind following lang ng formula to. Okay, do you get what I mean, guys? Kindly chat please kung clear yung sinasabi ko. Unang-una ang gusto natin, pag natapos na yung payment, okay, dapat wala na to. Wala na dapat yung extra months na to. Kasi dapat matapos lang siya sa 160. Dapat automatic yung model natin end na dapat dito no, sa 160. Secondly, dapat yung model natin, yung extra payment, if ever kailangan siya, dapat enough lang siya para masarado lang yung ano natin. Again, as I mentioned a while ago, 42,680 yung monthly payment. Nag-extra payment pa tayo ng 3,000. So, sobra-sobra na guys yung ano natin, yung bayad natin. Kasi ang ano na lang natin, this now becomes 45,000 something. Ang balance lang natin, 43 something. Of course, guys, in the real world, we don't want that. No? Bakit tayo magbabayad ng extra kung ang balance lang natin ito plus the interest? So, ang kulang na lang natin ito plus the interest. No? So, dapat ang babayaran natin itong sum nito. The interest at saka ito. Okay? So, dapat 42,680 plus kung ano man yung kulang para ma-complete natin yung sum ng interest. Okay? Alright. So, thank you for that chat. Okay? Alright. So, gawin natin guys, dynamic yung model natin. Okay? So, it's almost time. Okay? So, tanggalin lang natin to guys. Let's remove that. Okay. So, we'll have to start from month 2. Okay, let's see where we reach, no? Tapos guys, what will happen is that I'm going to post this. Tapos post ko rin isang section na halos pareho din, kaso siguro natapos namin yung partly hanggang dulo. Tapos I'm going to post another video in order to correct the model, no? Okay? So, dalawang videos ang ipopost ko. Kindly watch the video and then ayusin nyo guys yung model nyo. So, next meeting, that will be on Friday next week. Ang pag-uusapan natin is already cash budgeting. Okay? So if you have any questions about the model, please feel free to chat. No? Okay, so let's do this. So, sabi natin, dapat, hindi dapat lagi may month. No? Okay? Kailan mawawala ng month? So, gagawin natin, mag-i-if test tayo. Ano ba yung if test, guys? Is equal to if. Okay, so let me show the syntax of the if statement is equal to if. No? Ano sabi nito? Ang if statement checks whether a condition is met and returns the value if true and another value is false. So ma-check tayo dyan, may logical test tayo. Tapos kung true yung test na yan, bibigyan natin yung value. And then kung false, ano yung value? Okay? So that's the if test. No? Okay, so here, we're going to use the if test. So ano yung if test natin? Titingnan muna natin kung may preceding month. No? Kung may previous month, okay, if this is equal to nothing, okay, yung test na yan guys, ito. If B20 is nothing, ibig sabihin nothing, walang laman. No? Babasahin ni Excel yung what's the value between the quotes. So, kung wala siyang makitang value dito, kung wala ng month, dapat wag na siya maglagay ng month. No? So, that's what that test. No? Kung wala na siya makita doon sa previous month, wag na siya maglalagay ng mga months. Kasi pag wala ng previous month, ibig sabihin, wala na dapat kasunod. No? Okay, then comma. Now, we have to have another test. No? Kailan ba magkakaroon ng month? Kailan ba magkakaroon ng succeeding month? Kung may balance pa sa principal and yung previous month. So kung ito guys, ita-test natin, no? Another if this, okay, if that amount is equal to 0, pag nag-0 na siya, so anong gagawin natin? Dapat wala ng next month, no? So ito ang tina-test natin. Ito ba 0 na to? Kung 0 na yung month and principal dito, then dapat wala nang kasunod na month, no? Otherwise, guys, kung meron pa tong value, if this is still not equal to 0, so dapat ang gagawin natin, yung month, the previous one plus 1, magdadagdag pa tayo ng isang buwan. And then close it. Okay, ulitin ko guys. Lakihan ko lang para kita nyo. Okay, so that's our formula. Okay, if the previous month is nothing, give us nothing. And another test, if the previous month and principal, age 20, is equal to 0, wag na siya maglagay ng number. Otherwise, mag-beat 20 plus 1 pa siya. So when we enter this, guys, okay, naglagay siya ng number 2. Bakit? Unang-una, may previous number. Okay, pangalawa, this value is not equal to 0. No? So kung hindi pa 0 yan, anong gagawin niya? Mag-a-add back siya dun sa previous one. Okay, so let me highlight this. Dadrag ko to. When I drag this, guys, ano nangyari? Bakit hindi siya nagbigay ng number? Tinest niya, no? Is the previous month nothing? Hindi. May laman yan eh. So pwede niya lagyan yan ng +1. Pero tinignan niya to. Tinignan niya yung previous. Yung previous wala pa naman nakalagay na value dito. So 0 siya. Kaya hindi na siya naglagay ng succeeding month. Wala na. I-drag ko pa to, guys. Wala na. Wala na siya linalagay na month. Yan ang gusto natin, guys. Kung wala na dun sa month and principal, wala na, then huwag na siya maglalagay na number dito. Alright? So it's already time, guys. Let me stop recording.